Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Unibit channel. Today we are back with the latest LEGO news for 2025. Now, of course, before we begin the video, I just want to say that if you do enjoy and want to keep up to date with all of the latest LEGO news from me, then make sure to subscribe as well as like the video and turn on notifications, as well as follow me on Instagram and join my Telegram channel. Links to both of those will be down in the description below. But with that being said, everyone, let's get right into it. We've got lots of new information to talk about in today's video, specifically for the brand new LEGO Death Star set. So let's get right into it. So first off, we actually have a brand new LEGO Fortnite set that has been revealed, being set number 40760, and this is the Adventure Peely and Cuddle Team Leader BrickHeadz set. This one will be including 258 pieces, and it will be recommended for ages 10 and over, and it's going to be a gift for purchase that will be available from August 1st with purchases of $130 or over. So if you do want to get this set for free, all you've got to do is spend $130, and it can be on any LEGO theme as well, which I think is great. I'm glad that they haven't just put it for LEGO Fortnite only. And then we've also got a brand new LEGO Star Wars magazine that's been revealed thanks to BrickHeadz, and this actually includes a buildable droid decker, which I think is quite interesting. It's nice to see something different. I don't think we've actually seen a droid decker in a magazine before, which is quite nice. And then we've got a brand new LEGO Minecraft magazine that's also been revealed thanks to BrickHeadz, and this one includes 2 minifigures. And honestly, for a magazine, 2 minifigures is a pretty good deal in my opinion, and they are nice looking minifigures as well. And then we've got some new LEGO posters that have been revealed from San Diego Comic-Con, and these are actually for LEGO insiders, and you can actually download all of these for free, which is quite cool. So you've got this Bricks Assemble one, which looks really nice there, and then you've also got this Brick Tales one, and as you can see, they've all got that sort of comic booky design to them, which I think looks really nice. And then we've got this one as well, the Cosplay Chaos, which looks really cool. And then we've got the Invaders from Beyond, which is a really nice looking one. And then the last one that we have is the Chicken Jockey one, which is quite cool, from a Minecraft movie. And then moving on to LEGO Fortnite. So we've actually got our first look at the new LEGO Fantastic Four skins that have been added to the game. So we get all 4 members of the Fantastic Four in this. And I've got to say, overall, they look really good. Would have been cool if they added a minifigure of Galactus. But I really like these skins. They are different to the minifigures that came in the Fantastic Four vs Galactus set. So the ones that came in the physical set were actually in a dark azure blue. However, these ones are in medium azure. I think medium azure looks a lot better. It's more accurate in my opinion. And also they've used the Frozone dual molded arms and legs for everyone besides the Thing, who just has the Frozone dual molded legs. But the fact that they didn't do that with the actual set is really disappointing. And then moving on to LEGO Star Wars. So we've got a bit of an update regarding set number 40806. Which was originally rumored to be the Gingerbread 8080. However, there have been new rumors that have surfaced online that apparently now it's going to be a Darth Vader's Gingerbread Tie Advance, with 697 pieces retailing for $80, and it will be releasing for October. I found this quite interesting. Honestly, I'll be honest, when the original rumors dropped saying it was a Gingerbread 8080 and we saw the piece count, it's only got 690-ish pieces. And I think for an 8080, that is way too low. But for a Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, I think that is around a good amount of pieces there. Of course, we know it's something to do with Darth Vader as well, because we did see the Darth Vader gingerbread minifigure that did leak. So I think it is highly likely to be a Darth Vader's TIE Fighter and not a Gingerbread 8080, which honestly I think is a lot better given the amount of pieces that this set is going to be including, and also with the price tag as well. Alright, next up we are going to be talking about set number 75419, the UCS Death Star, retailing for $1,000. It's going to be including 9,019 pieces, releasing for October. The rest of the video will be covering just the Death Star, but we've got a lot to talk about regarding this set. So we know pretty much all of the minifigures that are going to be included, and I've also got full descriptions of the minifigures as well for you guys, so you can picture exactly how they are going to look like. And then we do also have details regarding what the actual set is going to look like as well, and what to expect. Literally all we need now is a picture of the set. We've got all of the information that we need. So let's discuss the minifigures first. Okay, the minifigures, I will say, not the best. There are some cool characters that are going to be included, but you'll see when I talk about these minifigures, some of the figures are lacking a lot of details. So first off, we have Emperor Palpatine. So this minifigure seems to be the same one that we've been seeing for quite a while now. Nothing really too new there. I think this was quite expected. We've also got Luke Skywalker as well, who apparently is going to be having side leg printing, which is very interesting. So that makes this minifigure new. The side leg printing really isn't much. It's basically just 2 lines on the side of the leg. But you know what? The fact that they've given him some side leg printing, even if it's just 2 lines, I will take it. Especially for $1,000 Lego set as well. I think it's definitely needed. And then the next minifig that we have is the Imperial Dignitary, which is very cool. I don't think we've ever seen this character before in Lego, so that is really cool. They use the dress piece, and of course they're in purple. They've got a new torso print with the purple robe, and then they've got a red underlayer, and then they've also got this brand new molded piece for their big hat. But overall, really exciting. Cannot wait to see that minifigure in the set. And the next we have the Imperial Royal Guard. I think they're going to be including 2 of these in the set. It is slightly new. It's got a slightly new torso, but it looks pretty much exactly the same as the previous versions of the Imperial Guards that we got. Even the sword accessory is pretty much the exact same build, so there's nothing really too special there. The next minifig that we have is 5D6 RA7, which is one that we have known about for a few weeks now to be in this set. We did see leaked pictures of that one, but this one looks really good. It does actually have printing on the molded headpiece. It's got the sort of golden eyes, which looks really cool. We've also got really nice torso printing as well as leg printing as well, which is great to see. All right, the next minifigure that we are going to be getting is probably my favorite figure of the set, and that is the Hot Tub Stormtrooper. So the image that I've got on the screen right now is pretty much how it's going to look like. So it has dual molded legs with the red shorts, and then the feet exposed, and then it's got the regular torso printing there as well, with no top on, and then of course the Stormtrooper helmet. The next minifig that we have is going to be an Imperial Shuttle pilot, which is quite interesting because I'm assuming that this set is going to be including an Imperial Shuttle, because why are we getting an Imperial Shuttle pilot when there's no Imperial Shuttle in the set? So I think what that means is we probably will see a smaller version of the Imperial Shuttle, which honestly I can't wait to see. It'll probably be sort of similar to the Cloud City set where we saw the smaller version of the Boba Fett Slave 1. Lego usually do a pretty good job with the smaller Lego Star Wars ships, so I think that this one will look quite good, and we probably will get a hanger section as well to put the Imperial Shuttle. But that's going to be quite cool. Cannot wait to see the buildable Imperial Shuttle there. But I don't think this one actually comes with dual molded legs, which is just an absolute slap in the face in my opinion. You're paying $1,000 and you don't even get dual molded legs. Anyways, the next minifig that we have is Director Krennic, which we've seen a few leaks of the torso, but it's got that new torso piece, the hair piece as well. It's using one that already exists, and it's just got plain black legs, and it's got the white cape. Nothing really too special there. The next minifig that we have is one that's going to excite a lot of people, but that is actually Galen Erso, who we've never seen as a Lego minifigure before. This guy is the designer of the Death Star. He's from Rogue One, so it's cool that we are getting minifigures from both the original trilogy and Rogue One in this set. I think a lot of fans are really going to like that, but he doesn't have any leg printing, it seems. He's just got some torso printing, and he just uses one of those regular hair pieces. It's the same piece that was just used for the Johnny Storm minifigure from the Fortnite skin, but in a sort of tan color, and his face print, we can't really see it too well because the images are quite blurry. Next up, we have an Imperial crew member. I don't know how many of these we are going to be getting. We just know that we're going to be getting an Imperial crew member in the set. It's just a bog standard Imperial crew member. It doesn't have no dual molded legs either. We're also getting a Stormtrooper as well. I think we're getting 5 of them or 6 in the set, which is fine. It's just a regular Stormtrooper, nothing really too special there. We're also getting Luke Skywalker in the set, of course. His episode 4 version. So we're getting Luke Skywalker from episode 4 and episode 6, which pretty expected. The previous Death Star had both of those versions as well, so I would have expected this one to have it. We're also getting Han Solo, again another pretty obvious choice. I will say it would be quite cool if we can get a sort of mini scale version of the Millennium Falcon in the set as well, to put Han Solo and Chewie in, and especially because the set is $1,000 as well. I think that is the bare minimum. They should put a mini scale version of the Millennium Falcon in that could fit 2 minifigures in the cockpit. Next we have Darth Vader, who I think is just the same version that we've been seeing for quite a while now with the arm printing. And then next we have Admiral Motti, who is a minifig that we've never seen before, but again, no bloody dual molded legs. Why? But yeah, it's just it doesn't look amazing. It's just a pretty standard minifigure in my opinion. And the next up we have General Tag. Again, no dual molded legs. You know, I usually don't moan too much about the dual molded legs, but I think for I think for a Lego set where you're paying $1,000 for, it's the very minimum that we should be seeing. And the next we have Colonel Wolf Yularen, which is quite exciting. Again, no dual molded legs, but we haven't seen Yularen in his old form for quite a while. So I think the last version we saw him was in a polybag, so it's quite nice that we're getting him. He's using the Grand Moff Tarkin headbutt in white as well, for any of you who are wondering. And then we've also got Grand Moff Tarkin in the set as well. Again, no dual molded legs, just normal torso printing. He looks pretty similar to his last version. And then we're getting a Death Star gunner. Not sure how many in the set we are going to be getting, but we are getting at least one. We're also getting Luke Skywalker as well in his Stormtrooper disguise. Han Solo's also coming in his Stormtrooper disguise as well. Nothing really too special there. Princess Leia, who I think has a slightly new torso print, but it looks pretty much exactly the same as the other Princess Leia minifigures that we've been seeing. The one that came in the last Death Star, it looks nearly identical to that one. All right, next up we have Chewbacca, which is the same one that we've been seeing for a very long time. And then next up we have C-3PO. Now this one's quite interesting, and I gotta admit, for anyone who was planning on buying this set, I feel so sorry for them. So the C-3PO minifigure in this set, it's not even the one with the dual molded legs. It's the one without the dual molded legs. So for those of you who don't know, there's currently two C-3PO minifigures in production. They've got one that's got the dual molded legs and one that hasn't got the dual molded legs. So the one that's got the dual molded legs has come in quite a few sets, including the buildable C-3PO, a few other ones as well. And then they've got one that hasn't got the dual molded leg, and they've decided to put that one in this $1,000 Death Star. It's got the arm printing, it just doesn't have the dual molded leg, which I think for $1,000, you should be getting the one with the dual molded legs. I mean, the fact that LEGO's motto is only the best is good enough, and they include the C-3PO minifigure without the dual molded leg, I don't get it. And then we also got R2-D2 as well, which is the same version that we've been seeing for a while. Nothing wrong with that one. And then we've also got Obi-Wan Kenobi. So the version of Obi-Wan Kenobi that we are going to be seeing in the set is going to be his version with the dark brown hood, the dark brown cape, and he's going to have a tan torso and legs. So the dark brown robe isn't going to be printed on the torso or the legs like he was in the previous Death Star set, which is fine. And then we are also going to be seeing R5-D8, the astromech droid, which is the one in white and red. And as for the exact number of Stormtroopers, I believe it's 5, and we're also going to be getting 2 Death Star gunners. And those are all of the minifigures, so I believe it comes to around 38 minifigures in total. And I gotta admit, the minifigures aren't that great. I think it's a massive disappointment, especially for a price tag that high as well. They should have been a lot better. They should have had all dual molded legs and more printing as well. And even the minifigure number, 38 minifigures in my opinion, is not enough. We should have at least seen 50 figures in this set. But with the minifigures out of the way, let's talk about the actual Death Star itself, the set, what it's going to look like. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why do we need to talk about this? It's obviously going to be a big giant sphere. And yeah, that's what I thought. That's what a lot of people thought. You know, when we first heard the rumors of this set, as LEGO fans, we were expecting a big giant LEGO Death Star set in the shape of a sphere because, you know, in universe, the Death Star is a big sphere in space with a green laser on it. And it was going to have all the panels and be fully enclosed, because even the last 2 versions we've seen of the Death Star have been big giant spheres, and this one's double the price. But no, so the Death Star is not actually going to be a sphere, it's going to be a rectangle. Yeah, it's going to be a big giant rectangle, and this just clearly shows that this is all the evidence to suggest that the LEGO Star Wars designers are on crack. Why are we getting a $1,000 Death Star rectangle? I don't get it. So essentially what it's going to be, it's going to be a big Death Star diorama set, which I don't know how it's going to look. I don't think it's going to look that great, I'll be honest, especially with the fact that it's a rectangle. The idea could have worked if it was a big sphere and it was sort of open in the middle, like a pie shape had been sort of cut out of it, and then you can see all of the different dioramas. I think that could have worked. Yeah, people would have moaned about it because it's not a fully enclosed Death Star, but I still think that could have looked decent as a display piece. But the fact that it's a big rectangle, I'm not excited to see the set. So we do actually have the dimensions of the set as well. So it's going to be 70 centimeters high, 79 centimeters wide, and 27 centimeters high. For any of you who want that in inches, it's 27 inches by 31 inches by 10.5 inches. But overall, I will say, what a massive disappointment. I'm not even excited to see images of this set anymore. And what's funny about this is I was actually thinking of selling my old Death Star to save up for this new one, because I thought it was going to be a massive giant LEGO sphere, which was fully enclosed. But obviously, I was such an idiot because LEGO had their own plans and decided to make it a big giant rectangle instead. But there we go, everyone. With that being said, this is the end of the video. If you did enjoy, then why not subscribe, as well as like the video and turn on notifications, as well as follow me on Instagram and join my Telegram channel. Links to both of those will be down in the description below. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about the new LEGO Death Star from the descriptions that we have at the moment. What do you think of the fact that LEGO have made it a big giant rectangle instead of a sphere, and will you be buying it when it does release? I'll talk to you guys soon, so peace out, see you later, and bye bye.